This is the RIOT's podcast. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Thanks so much for stopping by. So here's what you're going to hear about today. You know what? Probably the most important thing you're going to hear today, I'm just going to sum it up right here. And that is, if somebody says it should only take 5 minutes, run as fast as you can the other way.
If you say it to yourself, just realize it's probably going to take longer.
Oh, yeah.
Or if someone wants you to come over and help and they say it should only take a minute of your time, that's a lie.
And you're lying to yourself. This will take 5 minutes. Ah! You're in for a terrible, long, drawn-out process.
You almost wish someone would say, it might take an hour, and then be surprised if it only took 5 minutes.
Maybe that should be our new MO.
Someone should be overly honest.
That's what we should be doing. Like, no. This is probably a good 3 hours.
Well, you're going to hear about this because Obi had to fix an oven. So that's what this is involving.
Oh, my hand's shaking just a little bit thinking about it. So there's that. We talk about how TLC is killing us, and it'll make sense when you hear it. Banana peels and how you can drink them.
A banana peel drink, a tea.
Weird. That's weird. NBA players, Les Mis, and more.
You mean NBA players and Nikki's new phone?
Nikki's selfish desire to sue.
Of how I could get a new phone out of it.
Well, Nikki's always working an angle, so that's something.
I'm just trying. You know, we all want to stick with our budget. Maybe that was a New Year's resolution. So these are ways to make that happen.
How to get other people to pay for your new phone.
Well, they did it first. They did something wrong.
They sure did.
Don't forget to join us at Radio U Riot, our Facebook page, and Radio U Riot on YouTube. There, in case you missed it from the other podcast, you can catch our video for our food fight with snacks from Denmark, which I noticed a couple are still on the break room table. So you can snack away and make sure to watch our Riot food fight too.
Get in there, Nikki.
I'm done with Denmark.
Get yourself a Denmarkian.
I'm done with it. I don't want any more.
Take your Denmark filth.
I don't want any more.
I don't want it. I hope you guys enjoy the podcast. It is The Riot.
Bye.
That goat farm is looking more and more likely every day. It's the worst of the riot.
They say to you, you just say, it's not going to take that long. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. You just plug it in and you're done. And that should be some of the most terrifying verbiage you ever had. Just take a minute. It's no big deal. Just plug it in. You're done. Whatever. You can walk. It'll be 5 minutes.
It tops.
Yeah. So multiple hours later.
Aww.
At least one trip to the hardware store, if not more, mind you. I have finally fixed the oven. There's in your oven, you might not know this. I didn't know this. You've got a little thing in the bottom. I guess I kind of knew it. There's this little thing in the bottom called the heating element. And if you have an electric oven, what happens is that's a high resistance element there. So they run electricity through it, and it gets hot because it doesn't like the electricity. Mm-hmm. And so what you got to do is, at the very back, there are 2 wires that attach to it. Now, you would think an oven is like a complex piece of machinery. Nope. Just 2 wires. Plug into this thing.
The outside might be the fancy part, but inside, the heart of it is just that.
It's almost depressingly simple. But the really, really sad part is when, again, you're like, yeah, just plug it in. So I'm doing this. I'm doing this for whatever. And I go in. They're like, yeah, just plug it in. So I pull the wires off, and the wires immediately snap back and disappear inside the oven thing. And you're just like, well,
how do we get those back?
How do we get them out? And so I bought these really long needle nose pliers. Yeah, that didn't work.
No.
So I had to go behind the oven, take the back of the oven apart. Do you know how to do that?
I don't know how to do that.
I was winging it. The guy was like, I at the hardware store. He's like, if that doesn't work, you just need to take the back of the oven apart.
Very casually, like you don't have a problem doing that.
And of course, my response was like, oh, yeah, okay, thanks, man. Appreciate your help.
Well, you're
whatever.
trying to find a YouTube video.
And in the meantime, I'm just like, the back of the oven?
I've never been there before.
I don't know what that looks like. So I did manage to take it apart, and it is, again, pretty simple. But
scary.
Scary.
Because you're just very afraid.
The scary part about the whole thing is that if you ever had this experience, and I don't know if you've had, but if you've ever taken something apart that you don't really know that much about, and you begin to realize as you're taking it apart, I really hope I remember how to put it back together.
Because everything's easier to take apart. It's just hard to correctly put all the pieces back.
You get all those screws that you have, and you're like, oh, I wonder where this goes. wonder what this is. I don't know. Maybe put it there.
So how long did it take you the whole time?
Somewhere between 90 minutes and 2 hours.
Aw, and you already put other days in.
It's fine.
But it's done?
Here's the good news. It's done.
Yay.
I got it.
Look at that. You fixed an oven.
I sure did. Go ahead and add that to the list of things that I didn't know how to do that I figured out, but I hope I never have to do again.
That and you fixed the toilet, so I think you're pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's definitely like things are moving up. I feel great about it. So, you know what? If you think you can't today, I want you to know you can. It's just you're going to end up being very afraid while you do it.
And it might take you quite a lot of hours.
But hold on.
The Riot.
Apparently, some of the less athletic types go nuts for this stuff.
Radio U.
You know, you have to be careful what you look at on the internet because they're out to get you. Here's what I did. Was it yesterday? Was it 2 days ago? I can't remember. For some reason, we were talking about TLC's hit TV show, 600-Pound Life.
I don't recall you doing that, but yes.
It had, I can't remember what it was. I can't remember if it was in here, upstairs, or whatever. And I was like, is that show even on? So I Googled it. And now, in the sidebar, I'm seeing... I'm seeing
all you have to do is even talk
ad.
about something out loud, and it'll show up as your ads.
I'm seeing an ad for TLC's new show, Family by the Ton. And that is, now I've clicked that. I'm never getting out. I'm never getting out. TLC has a show that is about families whose combined weight is over 2,000 pounds.
Oh, wow.
That's a show. That means in a room somewhere at TLC, they were like, 600-Pound Life is working, but we got to go bigger. And I know when we were doing 300-Pound Life, and I said 600, you all thought I was crazy, but was I wrong?
Now
I wasn't wrong.
Well, this is the time that I'm sure those shows do really well since everybody's looking for...
What, like weight loss?
Well, the motivation to, with the weight loss stuff and all that, and then you tend to watch those shows.
Well, it features 3 ladies. It might be 2 ladies and a guy. I can't tell here. And it says they have a combined weight of over 2,000 pounds. So they're family by the ton. That's terrible. It is terrible. What is TLC doing? We got to, man.
But that's why you right there saying that, people are like, oh, I have to see it now.
I got to see it now.
I don't even know.
See it. I'm Googling that. We need to get over to TLC for one of 2 reasons. Either that, Nikki, you and I would be great executives over there because we would just be like, family by the ton, family by the 2-ton. Where do you go from there?
No, that's the summer special.
Family by the 2-ton?
There's a different special for things.
No, I'd get together, Mama June and these people, wait, I got it. Was that TLC? Mama June?
You know, I don't remember.
Probably. She would be their new fitness coach. We're gonna finish tuning our Mama June into Jillian Michaels. Oh, no, we'll get Jillian Michaels and Mama June. And they're all gonna work together on the Fruit by the Foot. No, Family by the Ton.
Gosh, all right, you're done.
What? Nikki.
Oh, everything is so, I'm looking at all the things sensationalized. For the fiance show, you only get a 90-day fiance. That's it. Just 90 days, and then you maybe have to get married.
What happens at the end of 90 days?
I don't know. I've never seen it. I don't know.
What?
Then you have the 90-day fiance before the 90 days. That's the special. I've not watched enough TLC recently.
Man, okay, let's see. Here's what on their main page. You've got Family by the Ton, Untold Stories of the ER, Sister Wives, Season 12.
Well, there's a lot of people.
Say Yes to the Dress, My 600-Pound Life, My Big Fat Fabulous Life, their title, not mine. Let's see, anything else? Nope, that's it. Apparently, they like brides and...
Weight thing and...
Weight things. Let's call it that, weight things.
Like larger families number-wise and the weight-wise.
Oh, my gosh. How about Seeking a Sister Wife?
Ugh, come on.
Was that a dating show for polyam? Okay, we're done. We're done. I'm sorry, everybody. Please do not go to TLC today.
It's been a while since you've seen anything on TLC.
I didn't mean to promote it. I'm sorry. Please don't go. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. We didn't. No, let's move on.
Imagine a world where the Riot never talks and it's glorious Radio U music for hours on end. Now, imagine the opposite of that. You're already there. It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
Now, Nikki, have you been paying attention to the fact that, Christmas is
Gone over, yes.
Yeah, it's over.
Though I noticed when I drove into work today, many still have their Christmas lights up.
It's been too cold to take them down.
I saw a couple of trees just tossed out on the side because we're getting close to trash day. And outside our building, we have the Radio U Christmas wreath still up and lit.
We do, don't we?
It's out there.
Don't tell on Chris. He'll get to it. It's been too cold. It's been too cold.
It's not telling on him. It's just it's still there.
I know, but like now that we've said it on the air, somebody's going to be like, "Is that true?"
Like, I haven't noticed it. Take it down. Take it down.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the 11th.
So what? You know what? Gosh. It's amazing to me how quickly you go from the ultimate Christmas fan to Scrooge.
No,
like
it's not
in
Scrooge,
a day.
but I am a mover honor.
What? Well,
That's just the realest part of me. Christmas is over. We could take this stuff down.
How about we're already excited for next Christmas? Whatever. So
it's our Easter wreath.
You bought a new tree this year, right?
I did,
Last year, I guess.
No,
okay.
yeah, I bought one for this Christmas.
You got it at Costco?
I did.
You ever thought about taking it back now that Christmas is over?
Oh, I bet people do that. That's so bad. That's what people do with TVs all the time.
I know, right here. Now, I mean, is it true? We'll see, but there is a post making its way around der interwebs of a lady returning her live tree that she bought at Costco, and she's doing it on January 4th.
Now, technically,
and Costco gave her a refund.
Costco is very generous when it comes to their refund policy.
Yeah.
Most people don't take advantage of it, but I've heard stories.
Yeah,
of people.
Here you go. There's your story, Nikki. Right now, you could go grab your tree and take it back to Costco and just say, "All right, guys, do not want."
But mine's not a live one. I did not buy. I bought an artificial one.
That makes it feel even more ethical, where you could just go ahead and take it back.
That actually does. Like something went wrong with it, but no, I like my tree. I'll keep it.
All right, fine, whatever. But you know what? You took it down though. It's gone. Mm-hmm. Okay. You ever think about just putting it back up just for fun?
Just for the fun of it?
Just to bring the good times back?
I'll wait till next year.
Okay.
I like putting the tree up earlier and enjoying it leading up to Christmas.
And yet Chris puts the wreath up in January and you're like, take it down.
We didn't put it up in January. It's still up in January.
Same thing. Honestly. So, I mean, it's really more of a winter wreath anyway.
It's true.
So it's winter.
Stick some hearts on it and it's there for Valentine's Day.
We'll just change the color of the lights.
Recycling paper is like planting a tree. Recycling the RIOT is like burning down the rainforest.
We ain't gonna be in no fire, not today.
It's the worst of the RIOT on Radio U.
So you find yourself in a position where you're finally back in the gym, but what you don't want is for people to know that you haven't been in the gym for 11 months.
What do you do then?
This is actually a pretty good list brought to you by the guys at the Dollar Shave Club. I was reading their website, so it's theirs. But Nikki and I are going to take a look and see if it's any good. So the best piece of advice they give in the whole stinking list right here is to go slow. Start out slow. Because, man, let me tell you what. I see so many people, they come in first week of January.
Too hardcore?
They hit it so hard, and you can tell it's like that guy is going to be just so messed up tomorrow.
Because then you'll not keep up with it. So you're just
messed up.
You're going in, you're making yourself obvious.
The other thing is, I will tell people, your first couple times back in the gym, like, don't be afraid to lift less weight than you can. Because part of what you want to do, if you haven't been in there in a while, is you just want to get your muscles used to the motion again, and you want to get blood flowing to those areas. And you'll be surprised, even though you're like, I could curl 50 pounds, curl 35. Just take it easy there, guy. Like, go ahead and just wait it out. Like, let your muscles get used to it. Even though you could have lifted more, you're still going to be sore.
Sure.
If you haven't lifted in a while. They say get back into balance. They say your body is probably just not used to having to maintain weight. It's funny, if you will do reading on a lot of kind of popular training kind of stuff right now, a lot of times what they'll do is they'll always have you do like one side of your body. So let's go back to the idea of curls. So like instead of a barbell curl, a lot of times they'll have you do something like a single arm curl. But if you really want to dress it up, you'll get down to where you're balancing in some way because it'll activate your core and all these other muscles while you're curling. And the idea is it helps with balance when you're just walking around, but you also end up working a ton of muscles at once and, not just the bicep you need for spring break. Take it easy on cardio. These are their suggestions. They say that, again, running is an advanced sport that it requires a lot of complex movements. Maybe take some time for low-impact cardio first.
And this is the list of, like, if you want to make it not so obvious when you're back in the gym,
right?
That you never left.
Don't get the gym shakes. And so that
you're not supposed to drink the shakes that they make at the gym, or shaking at the gym.
They mean shaking at the gym.
Like you're working out too hard.
Yeah, they say working out too hard and your blood sugar crashes. So they say to make sure that you have had proper nutrition going in. Let's see, anything else? They say if you can't walk the next day, that means that you've overdone it. That's fair.
That's a good call.
Don't be a jerk to other people. Clean up after yourself. And don't be embarrassed if you feel like you don't look good enough or you're not strong enough. Just be like excited that you're in there. So, you know what? I thought Old Dollar Shave Club did a pretty good job with their list right there. So you guys be careful and get into the gym. You can do it. I believe in you.
But
Nikki and I believe in you.
Not too much into it. Like, take your time.
Hey, Nikki, this is a marathon, not a sprint. You want to start out easy.
Unless you're going to do a marathon.
Leftovers from the most disgusting meal you've ever had. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Nikki, let's say you're locked in a Chipotle overnight.
Yeah.
What kind of meat are you pulling?
Okay. And this is not just to dump on Chipotle time. It's not, I promise. I don't really like a lot of Chipotle meat.
Wait, okay.
So I don't know what I would do.
Back up. How about this? Nikki, the meat's
There's no
clean.
choice. No,
the
it's not
meat's
even
clean.
that it's clean. I don't like the flavors.
Really?
I'd have like a veggie bowl or something.
So you wouldn't have the chicken?
Probably not. I don't like
steak?
Maybe the steak.
Barbacoa?
No, I don't like that.
Not the barbacoa.
No, so I would pick
That's
either
the pig, right?
The steak or just veggies and maybe some guacamole. I would like that.
Is that
the
what
avocado?
it is? Isn't the barbacoa pig?
I believe so.
Yeah, because that was the one where it was like for a while you couldn't get it. Because, man, if Chipotle's afraid it's going to be bad for you.
No, I don't think that was it. They had such high standards. It was hard to fulfill it.
That's what it was. Police in the state of Washington are looking for... No, that's not right. Is it Washington, D.C.? My bad. They are looking for somebody that broke into a Chipotle restaurant.
And they stayed overnight or helped themselves to some food?
They ate... This says they ate a whole tray of barbacoa. Now, I don't know how big the tray was.
Maybe they took it with them.
Could be. But they confronted them. They left and ended up going to McDonald's. And now they're looking for the guy and they can't find him.
The guy went to McDonald's after eating or being with all that food?
Well, you know what, Nikki? I find that if you just eat a lot of meat, it's not very satisfying.
You're right.
And I find myself wanting, something a little more starchy.
I'm sure his emotions are running and like his body is just moving and that excitement makes you hungry.
Plus, all of those, okay, Chipotle says no hormones, but we don't know that for sure. So it could have been all of his like aggressive pig hormones that were coming to the surface, and
That's
he was like,
"That's a possibility too."
I need
He's
more.
like,
to
I
eat.
need more nuggets.
I got to get some nuggets right now.
Going over there.
Some of that barnyard.
Gosh, where would
anxiety.
where would you want to be? Well, for him, he's stealing stuff.
No, that's a better question.
Where would you want to be locked in overnight to eat? As long as they kept all the food like out, you didn't have to make it.
So, okay, what a better question might be: which one do you want to break into at closing time?
And there's still food
all
left.
The food there, and you've got to pick the food. Have you got one?
I don't know. More styles of food. We like chicken fingers. We like Chinese food. I don't know.
Here's what I find myself leaning into. I find myself thinking about how much I'm doing something bad. I'm stealing, so that's bad. So I feel like while I'm being bad, might as well just go to McDonald's.
But the food is good.
Might as well just go bury myself in as many McNuggets as I can find and fire up the fryers and get out the frozen potatoes. I'm ready to make something happen. That sounds good. Also, Jaden says, wait, carnitas is the pork. Barbacoa is shredded beef. Okay. All right. So he was eating that. Phil in Houston, Texas says, Barbacoa.
Well, maybe he would choose to be then Chipotle overnight.
You still haven't answered, though. Where would you want to stay? Like, if you could break in and you were going to eat, like, you were just going to go crazy.
I don't know. I don't know. There's lots of places. But again, style-wise, like, I would like to hit up a Chinese food restaurant right at the end. We're talking
just to help
rice
them
is
clean
still
up
there.
the buffet?
Yeah, it's all still there. That or a pizza place that might be good.
Yeah, but like pizza is like prepared on demand, so I don't think they'd have a lot of pizza left over for you.
They made an accidental order of like 50 extra pizzas.
Oh, then again, like of all the things we've mentioned, that would probably be the place that it would be the easiest if you were you broke in and you were going to make your own food.
Yeah,
like you know how to make a pizza.
I could put it in the oven.
And can you imagine just how insane you'd be with those toppings? You'd just be like 1 layer of pepperoni, cheese. 2 layers of pepperoni, cheese. 3 layers of pepperoni, cheese.
We keep going until the cops come.
You got a 14-layer pizza in the oven.
The riot used to be 3 people.
Please tell me we're not discussing video games again.
The other guy didn't make it. It's the riot.
So are you feeling a little down and out? Maybe it's the winter blues, as some call it. Other people have a more serious form, seasonal affective disorder. That's me. Not going to lie. Really fighting hard this week, but winning because look who's still here.
You're doing great, and this always happens.
Oh, it always happens.
So feel better with the fact that it's not like, it's not anything different. I mean, you know what's going on.
The world isn't really a dark, terrible place where we're all waiting to die. It's just you
your
feeling
body.
Okay, it's just your body betraying you.
Yes, so you have to remember
That's all
that.
it is, in conjunction with the earth.
Well,
it's
now,
all betraying you.
For a lot of people who feel depressed in January, maybe this is an option.
We've got the answer. This is it. This is the thing you've been missing this whole time.
Were you eating a banana and throwing away the peel?
Don't.
Because that's what could fix it.
Because according to,
a new study,
the University of Glasgow, they think that banana tea could help you.
Banana peel tea.
Okay, my bad. Now, you notice in the article, they don't tell you how to make banana peel tea.
Wonder how you do that.
I've got it right here. What you need are some fresh banana peels, a cup of water, some honey, cinnamon optional. First, freeze banana peels until they become hard. 2, collect the peels and thaw them in a pan for 1 to 2 hours.
Gosh.
Until they turn black. Okay. Bake the peels in an oven, 150 degrees, for 30 to 45 minutes. What the heck? Grind the dry...
This is a simple tea. A simple thing.
I'm never going to do this. Grind the dry baked peels and store in an airtight container. Bring water to a boil in a stainless steel pot and add dry baked powder. Let tea steep in hot water for a while. Strain the tea, add honey and cinnamon for taste.
Maybe on Amazon you can find some.
I was going to say, can we just order like packets?
Banana peel tea. They say that even if you're not someone who is affected by like seasonal affective disorder, if you don't sleep very well, this is still a tea that can help you. I get a lot of banana peel cups, but let's keep looking.
How about the Republic of Tea banana cuppa chocolate tea bags?
It doesn't sound medical.
You know,
it sounds medicinal.
Here's
enough.
a banaba Philippine herbal tea, but that doesn't say banana. That says banaba. That, like...
Could be different.
All right, what about this one? Morning banana everyday fruit tea.
Could be.
It's a black tea.
No, you really want it to be a banana peel tea. You might have to make it yourself.
No, that's not happening.
But what if you sleep better and you're happier?
Oh, yeah, that's what I was missing the whole time was this long, drawn-out process of preparing the banana peel.
For the banana peel tea, they say for some, if you're taking it to sleep better, it could be you have a magnesium deficiency, and that can contribute to light or easily disturbed sleep.
Okay, grocery and gourmet food. I'm going back here. Let's see what we can find. I've got, I still think that, I like the idea of the chocolate banana tea.
That's not the medical one, though. You're making banana peel tea.
I want, boy.
Here's a 9-step checklist to do it.
Sure.
I'm going to do this.
I'm going to get right on it. At that point, let me tell you, after you've invested a whole Saturday making banana peel tea, whether you feel better or not, you're going to tell yourself that you do.
Here's something easier. You know how you're supposed to have freeze-dried bananas? Like you're supposed to freeze them yourself?
Yes.
You can buy that already at like your grocery store. Usually packets of freeze-dried bananas.
Really?
You can. So then,
Are you reading that somewhere?
Costco once. No, you can get them there. And so then you could cheat and have that already made.
So when I use the stuff I'm getting at Costco and make tea out of that?
Now I take that back.
Here we go.
I take it back.
Here we go.
Because that's not the peels that was done. That was the bananas.
Oh, and the bananas will taste...
You need to find the peels.
All right. Well, in the meantime, it's all darkness all the time. It's no big deal.
Then you must not want to feel better, because then if you did, you'd be at home making your own banana peel tea.
Nikki, don't you know that that's the problem with depression, is that even if you know how to feel better, you don't want to take the steps to feel better. Yeah, that's the issue. But you're telling, I don't know, 4 hours into this banana peel tea
Your
pitch,
body's so tired, you can't possibly be sad anymore.
I don't know about this, guys.
Maybe I'll try it one weekend and make it for you.
Yeah. So,
I'll bring you in some ground banana peels.
Hey,
like a good friend would.
Are they organic?
Nikki and Obadiah. Obadiah and Nikki.
Love, hate, hate, love.
All right, everyone in, let's go.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Now, Nikki, do you think that banana peel tea, do you think that would be considered a sugary beverage?
Probably not.
They would need to be taxed?
No, I don't think so. Oh, I saw the pictures of this. This is crazy.
Dude, I don't remember us talking about this last year, but we must have. Seattle signed into law last year a sugary beverage tax, but it didn't come into effect until January 1st.
So it's brand new, so now everybody's starting to see the effects of the tax.
It's really starting to, get people's attention. It is a 1.75 cents per ounce tax. So just for the sake of fun, you'd round up. So like on a can of soda, a 12-ounce can of soda, that would be approximately 24 cents, 20 cents.
That's a huge amount of money.
Well, the one that has been getting like the most traction has been this Gatorade thing.
From Costco, because you're buying a pack of Gatorade. It's, normally not that bad. You're going there a lot of times because it's cheaper to buy it in such big amounts.
So at Costco, you could go and buy yourself a flat of Gatorade, a 35-pack of 16-ounce Gatorades. That costs $15.99.
Good price.
$10.34 in tax on that, bringing the grand total of this Gatorade to $26.33.
When I saw it, because of how the tag was at first, I thought it was like, oh, the $10 was a sale price, like you're getting $10 off, and its total's $15. And then you look at the total, like, wait a minute, oh my gosh, that's the tax. And they point out, at Costco's in Seattle, that there's other places and locations outside of Seattle you can go to get this item without this beverage tax.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
It is. I don't think it's not effective. I know what the idea is. They're like, we want to keep people from drinking soda.
That makes people mad. And when you're mad, you tend to drink more.
And if somebody is truly addicted to soda, they're just going to
do one road, once, town over.
As someone that knows this deep, dark addiction, I will tell you that, like, on Saturdays, I would get up and I would drive farther to get to the gas stations whose soda fountains I really liked. And while I was there, I'd just get myself a drink carrier and get 2 or 3 of them and just put them in the fridge so I could have them. Mm-hmm. So you just go outside Seattle, get yourself a couple of loads of soda, and then...
But again, that just, I feel, makes people mad at your city.
Yeah.
Well, like, if you're proud of Seattle, that's one thing. But then you go get Gatorade or get something like that.
You're like, this isn't soda. This is fine.
Yeah, like you're able to manage your own drink intake.
Yeah.
And it's not a problem. And I know sometimes we say it's not a problem, and you're saying that because it is. But no, it's not a problem at all. But you're really getting taxed.
This is what smokers feel like, soda drinkers. This is what it feels like when society decides that
your
to
thing
turn
is bad.
Against you. Mm-hmm. Basically, that's what you're looking at right
and since
here.
You're hitting smoking and now sugar drinks.
Yeah.
Then
what's next?
What's next?
What's next?
Coffee or
don't say that.
Well, or sugar food.
Nikki, I can show you studies where coffee is good for you. In fact, Gwyneth Paltrow wants me to take coffee and well, never mind.
If it makes a lot of money, though, then they tend to want to go after it.
What? The government taxing things?
Believe it or not.
Sounds like the Crown, if you know what I'm saying.
We thought about selling the worst of the riot, but let's be honest, no one is buying this stuff. Get it for free on the Radio U app.
I am not ashamed and make no secret of the fact that I am a great fan of the Broadway musical Les Miserables, or I just call it Les Mis because everybody tells me to pronounce it a different way.
Just easier that way.
I become the miserable, okay? Every time someone's like, "You're doing it wrong!" So let's just call it Les Mis.
Sure.
I did see the Hugh Jackman and Catwoman version of it that came out a couple of years ago, and that was... here's the problem with that. It's very good. One of the great things about the film is that, man, you get a chance to get really up in the face of the performers, and that's something that, unless you have more money than I do, I don't really get a chance to do when I see the live presentation.
The seats are back farther.
Right. And so that was interesting. The problem there is, and this is not an insult, this is just reality, the singing is not as good. Okay, it's just not. Like a film, anytime you have a film adaptation of a Broadway thing,
actors are maybe not as good as who you would see perform on the stage.
You would not. Now, it doesn't mean that they aren't good. They're certainly better than me. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying compared to the London and Broadway cast recordings that I'm used to singing to very loud in my car, it's not quite the same. All of that being said, Nikki, the Bieb, and that's the BBC, not the Biebs, which is someone else, has announced that they are going to be doing a 6-part
a miniseries.
Les Mis miniseries.
Oh, I like BBC miniseries.
I know that you do, Nikki. This will be costume heavy.
Sure. Even though Les Mis is good, but I never was one to gravitate towards it too much.
But do you know the story? Because it's not going to be the Broadway musical.
Sure.
It's just going to be the story as laid out in the book.
I'll probably watch it.
I'll bet you would end up liking it. It's loaded with all kinds of things, plus the background of the revolution, and on and on. I honestly, real talk, Nikki, my heart to your heart.
I should watch it.
I think you'll end up liking it.
Well, when it'll be on?
In 100 years.
Well, mostly it'll be here in 100 years in the U.S. version of it.
Right. They've only just now announced that they're doing it.
Oh, they haven't even filmed it?
They're going to start filming in Belgium and France next month. Raise your hand if you just thought about waffles. Me too, guys. Me too. But that's the deal. And they have a cast list that's full of British actors that all look very familiar to me, but none of whose names mean anything to me at all.
Not exactly sure where they're from.
Yeah. There's the guy from MI5. I don't know. So whatever. But there you go. I'm actually excited about that. That'll be cool. And as Nikki said, I would guess we'll probably see it next year.
Well, it reminds me, I do need to finish up season 2 of Victoria. So that's a reminder on that end.
Has that started in the U.S.
No,
yet?
not yet.
You can, if you have a friend in England with a color TV license, you can watch it.
You can watch it that way.
But otherwise, I think that starts on Masterpiece Theater. And, Nikki's a big fan of Masterpiece Theater. Right? And hey, like I said, I don't want to hear any smack talk about whatever. I want to watch the Les Mis miniseries. And if it ends up on PBS, then I guess I'm a PBS viewer. So I don't want to hear about it.
Don't shout that out too loud.
I'm not afraid of it. Say that to my face. I'll be back.
If you were offended or disgusted by anything Obadiah said this morning,
if you weren't so dumb, I might be offended.
You must be new. You'll get used to it. The Riot on Radio U.
All right, who was watching the Utah Jazz and the Washington Wizards last night, huh? Capital One Arena, NBA action, cold outside but hot inside.
Oh, you sound like a great announcer for that.
Really excited about it. Well, I'll tell you what, in the third quarter with about 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go, Rodney Hood, the Utah Jazz guard, was ejected. He had gotten a technical foul, and then he got another one. So his second technical foul of the night got him ejected from the game. So he's walking out. People are giving him high fives.
Maybe he would walk out in a mature manner, like, I know what I did was wrong. I'm mad, but I'm still just going to go and take it.
Yeah. You know what? In fairness, he didn't scream. He didn't throw a fit. He didn't basically anything.
He seemed like he was going to be fine.
He walked out, and then at the very last minute, there was a fan that was shooting video with their phone of him walking out, and he just hit the phone out of the guy's hand.
Smacked the phone down.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't feel like the fan was being annoying, just sitting in their seat, doing what everybody else in their seat with their phones do. He was just closer.
Nikki, how about this? Let's say that you get kicked out of the riot. Mm-hmm. Michael comes in, and he's like, out! And then I sit by the door with my phone filming your reaction as you're coming out.
That's different because we don't have people in the
You're about to get ejected.
Don't point at me. Those are people in those seats every time, every game.
Sure.
That's expected. Those people paid or were given those seats. That's what they do. Here, I don't have any seats, and I'm not expecting a crowd.
Well, I got cameras on you all the time.
But it's not an audience. It's not there already.
But that may be true. But in that moment, he's really angry. He really, he
shows it there.
That's the moment where he shows it because somebody's there filming him, and it's just like, get the camera out of my face.
It wasn't like he was standing up with it in his face. He was just there in his chair, but I'd be excited to be that person. I'm getting a new phone.
Well,
I'm not paying for it either.
They do say they expect the NBA to make a statement regarding that
The guy should get fined or get in trouble because it was a fan. It was someone. You're not supposed to do that.
Piling on.
I'm not piling on.
You're piling on right now.
It's rules. You're not supposed to be doing that. You can't smack someone's phone out of their hand.
I think he's going to be able to make the case. I watched the footage 3 times because I wanted to get a look at it. Because he kept giving people, people were giving him 5, whatever. I think he could make the case to be like, well, I thought that guy was trying to give me 5. And then
others were saying, yeah, maybe he was trying to get a high five. No, because then you would have stopped and said, oh my gosh, I knocked your phone out.
Well,
he just walked right on out.
He was just real casual. He didn't mean he didn't mean it.
But again, I'd be like, I'll take that phone and I'll take all the accessories and everything I could never afford because you knocked the phone out of my hand. I'd be so excited.
I think you're just excited because you're looking for a way to get an iPhone.
I want a new one and I don't want to pay, and that would have been the perfect thing.
Nikki, this is not the news. You're not here advocating for the victim. You're just looking for somebody to please come and hit the phone out of her hand so she can get a new phone.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
They said that the guy was in talks with the arena and team security for quite some time after his phone was knocked out of his hand. And that's where I would be starting the conversation of who wants to take me to the Apple store because we're going right now.
He knocks Rodney Hood from the Utah Jazz, knocks Nikki's phone out of her hand, and you see her jump up and down like she just got called on The Price is Right.
Now, I'm not going to sue you for millions of emotional distress. I'm not going to do that. I just want a new phone and some accessories.
Yep.
I want to get the expensive case I've never been able to afford. All that. You can get pop sockets, everything.
This is from somebody. Tell them how much you've spent on cases before.
No, we're not talking about that now.
Because you don't even, as much, to me, you've had all the expensive cases.
I have not. I never bought that $80 one. I never bought it. I can have the one that has the batteries in, the rechargeable ones, just everything. Well, case for days. Because he knocked the phone out of my hand.
Nikki's just like, woo! Yes! Thank you so much!
You did that!
Oh my gosh!
Let us go. And I get all the storage. I get the big iPhone 10.
Woo!
Oh, look at that. I'm so excited for this guy. What a day he's going to have.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And he had good seats, so he already had a good day to begin with.
He had such good seats that he probably doesn't need somebody to pay for a new phone for him.
But he gets to have someone pay for the phone because he should not have knocked it out of his hand.
This was the worst of the riot, and we'd like to congratulate you on having the stomach to stick around to the very end. The riot exists because Radio U exists, and Radio U only exists because of your support. Find out more and give now at radiou.com/donate.
It's not a coffee urinal kit, so I don't know why you're so uncomfortable.